You're probably wondering by the thumbnail why I'm flexing. I may not believe in the guy upstairs, but I do believe in this pump. But let's get into it. So basically, why I started questioning religion. Ooh, my glasses are blocking up. Why I started questioning religion. So for backstory, right? I grew up in a Christian household. I grew up being Christian my whole life up until 14. No, up until like currently right now. So for when I started really doing like deconstruction of my faith and like thinking, okay, like outside the box, it kind of started when I used to go to a black church for about 7 years, and then I transitioned into like a more predominantly white church. And I saw their preachings were very different, where the black church was more spiritual, more like more awake, and more like, oh, what is it? What do you say? Like you're gonna get a rose in by like when I'm talking to. Whereas like my family white church, it was just like you're gonna speak softly, but there was still two and two together, right? So basically, it was up until I want to say last summer when I was thinking it was my first 9 to 5, and I was typing, and I thought like, what? Your first 9 to 5 will wake you up. Your first 9 to 5 will wake you up. Like, let's just get that. Sorry. Let's just get that started. Your first 9 to 5 will wake you up real bad. So yeah, I was typing on my computer, and like I know a lot about faith. I know about like the prophets and like Genesis and like all this on the third round. So basically, I was typing, and then I was thinking to myself like, wait, a burning bush? Wait, a guy rose from the dead? Wait, a staff went to a snake? Wait, a boat had all these animals? Like, where do we hear this? Disney Channel, right? So it got me thinking, and like for where I grew up from, like for example, I remember vividly, we were 7 years, I was 7, if I was 7 years old, and my sister is 9 years old, right? And I remember this was in a predominantly black church, and I remember my sister, she asked, she was like, oh, who made God? Which is a very valid question to ask if you're teaching someone about faith, right? She asked who made God, and then the teacher slapped her. The teacher slapped her. Yes, the teacher slapped her. Like, no, your video didn't pause. Like, the teacher literally slapped her. So, yeah, the teacher slapped her. And then since that day, I was like, oh, so, like, this is, like, y'all don't play around. Okay, Oh, no. I don't know nothing about that, but whatever. So, yeah, after that happened, fast forward, I'm in Bible study. I'm learning about this. Like, we're fasting. We're trying to get closer to God. I'm going to my first church retreat. I'm doing all the things, but when I was in church, I never really felt like, I guess I'm getting personal. I never really felt as deep in my faith. And this is just like me being vaguely honest. I just never felt like deep in my faith. Like, if you know, like growing up in church, like you see people like they pour out, like they sing like some hill song. They're like this, like yes, right? They're doing all that, right? But I just never felt it in a way. Like I just never did it. And part of me knew it was kind of like taboo in my sense when going back to the black church, when someone was to like feel the blood of Jesus come over them, they would go, right? They would feel that over them. I remember I asked my mom, and my mom like, what is that is? Like what that is? And she was like, oh, the blood of Jesus coming over them. And I remember the pastor tried to do it to me. He was like, feel the blood of Jesus, feel the blood of Jesus. And I'm just like what now? Like I didn't feel any blood of Jesus. The only blood I was feeling, it was through my veins. Like I didn't feel any blood. So then my mom was just like, pretend to fall. And then I think I I think that was the butterfly effect that really spiraled me into like, okay, what's going on here? So yeah, while going back to like I said, I was at my computer and I kept thinking about all these things, and like I couldn't ask my friends because they were all Christian. I couldn't go on the computer because like most of it is swayed to like be religious and stuff. So I didn't know like where to go, like what's the thing. So I was just like, I'm on my own. Like I'm just thinking, like I'm just doing it by myself. So then unironically, I went to TikTok, and I didn't. That's what I found out about religious deconstruction. And then I was like, okay, so this is the stage I'm at where I'm thinking like, wow, like I feel like I've had these thoughts, but they're like at the back of my head. Occipital, they're at the they're at the back of my head, but I never really thought about it. So like I kept thinking about it. I kept thinking about it, and then at first I thought I was agnostic, where like I think there's something there, but I don't really know what's something there. Then I was like, wait, no, like I still, if I believe in evil, the spirits, and I gotta believe in God. So it just kept going back and forth, and then that happened for like a couple of months, and then that's actually it. Like now I'm here. Now I'm here right now, and like I to this day I don't really know like where I lie. I guess religious wise, like part of me wants to believe in a higher power, but I think the ultimate reason why I am held back from it is honestly like, if you see today like the genocide, people starving, and we have these people that are apparently like reptilians, but they're eating babies and stuff. It's just like it's very hard to believe why there be a God out there if they're letting all this happen. Like it is very taboo. And another big reason why I did move past religion and stuff and like not want to sit under that label is because like if you see like can I say KKK? Okay. They use the Bible in their sense, and it's just why am I using the same book hate group is using? Does that make sense? Like I just never saw anything of it. And it's just like, and then when I was doing religious deconstruction, I was finding out the only book slaves could read was the Bible, and that's how they got them to believe in it. And it was just like, why would I believe in something if like it doesn't make any sense. Like, and then I saw the tweet. It was like, when slaves and the slave masters were praying, whose answers got prayed to? And it's just, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, why would an all loving person like let this happen? It just, I don't know. And then I think back to slavery. Like, you saw my people getting enslaved and like for 400 years, and they're like, oh no, you're only thinking about the bad, but like you think about the good, but like if you think about the good, you gotta think about the bad too. Like, let's say for a cancer patient, if they die, all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're better with a better place, but if they survive, like, oh, God wanted them. Why are we picking and choosing what makes this person better than the next person? And it's like, okay, equal judgment, I guess, but like I don't know. Like, I mean, to each their own. To each their own. But so yeah, that's my self tape on why I moved past my religious deconstruction, why I started questioning religion. That's just my backstory. But yeah, I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for the love in the last video. Sorry, this is like not my usual like, oh, like yes. But yeah, I just had to really like say this out loud. My next video will, I guess, be more energetic. Y'all will like it. But yeah, love y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, don't forget merch and bio. Like what?